Luke chapter 20, verses 27 to 40. We continue with the controversy between Jesus and the Jewish leadership in the temple. The Sadducees now step forward with a question about the resurrection of the dead. These Sadducees, other than being Sadducee, were a small but influential sect of Judaism. They tell this long story about a woman who, due to the laws of Israel about brothers marrying widows, ends up marrying 7 brothers who all die, and then her as well. They give their well rehearsed punchline. In the resurrection of the dead, therefore, whose wife will the woman be? For the 7 had her as a wife. Now, Jesus' response here is important because it's one of the few theological teachings on what life in heaven will be like. Those who are considered worthy to attain to that age and to the resurrection from the dead neither marry nor are given in marriage. This means in the life to come, there will be no marriage. Now, maybe that makes you sad if you love your spouse. Well, I hope it makes you a little bit sad. But Jesus now gives 3 reasons for it. 1, for they cannot die anymore. One of the reasons for marriage is simply procreation. Without producing offspring, the human race would have died with Adam. But in the life to come, there is no death, and therefore no need for procreation, growing up, and getting married. The Sadducees mistakenly think the resurrection means a continuation of life. But Jesus teaches that there will be a transformation into a new kind of life in the age to come. Secondly, there's no marriage because they are equal to angels. We become equal to angels in the fact that we don't die and have a kind of angelic glory without becoming angels at all. Third, there's no marriage because we are sons of God, being sons of the resurrection. We don't need to marry because the family relationships of a husband and wife producing children is going to be replaced by us all being sons of God. And the way we're going to be sons of God is by being sons of the resurrection in Christ. By faith, each Christian is united to Christ in such a way that we become sons of God, which is a spiritual reality for those who believe now, but in the kingdom to come, it will be our primary family identity. All people will be brothers united as sons of God in Christ, living forever in his resurrection power. Jesus goes on to argue for the resurrection of the dead by appealing to Exodus 3:6, where Moses, the only biblical author the Sadducee sect accepts, writes God's words. The Lord, the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob, Jesus says, now he is not the God of the dead, but of the living, for all live to him. Jesus shows that for those who are God's children, they can never really be dead. Because if God is your God, you will always have life in him, since he lives forever. Now, there's no marriage in heaven, but we will experience something even better. Union with Christ, being united into one family of mutual love in Jesus' resurrection power.